Can you believe that this box is made out of a single piece of paper? It's such a clever design, and I'll tell you who came up with it in a moment. And if you want to know how I made this double-sided cyanotype, I'm going to link the video where I showed how I did that. And stay tuned to the end of the video when I'm going to do a giveaway for one of my kits. Here's the piece of paper before I cut it up for my box, and here is the book. It's The Art of the Fold by Hedi Kyle and Ulla Warchol, and they are mother and daughter who do these fabulous folded books, so do check out that. You can make bigger versions, but for this one I'm cutting my card 15 centimetres wide by 44 centimetres long. You need to make an 8-section accordion, and you do this by folding your piece of paper in half, and I'm using a bone folder to make the creases nice and sharp, and then you fold each side back on itself. I'm using paper that's slightly a little bit too thick, I think. I do get away with it, but I think the advice is to use quite a thin piece of paper. But it did work in the end, and I think that's because I made these very definite creases by using the bone folder. So I'm being very careful to line everything up. And once I've done my first folds, I then fold it back on itself. And then by the end of this process you can see why it's called an 8-section accordion. With this structure you've now got 3 double sections, and for each one of these I'm doing a right-handed fold with the corner, and again putting a lot of pressure down on those creases. So now each of these 3 sections have got these corners folded. I'm unfolding them and doing a reverse fold. This is a really key aspect. So the original creasing is going to help you get a really nice sharp edge to that. But now the fold is on the inside rather than the outside. I'm now taking the top of each of those folded sections and folding it down to meet each original crease, and again using my bone folder really carefully to get a nice sharp edge. You can see the paper's getting quite thick because there's several layers now. Then bringing the edge of each of those pieces inwards to meet that first folded section. I then unfold the top of that and move that whole section downwards. Here I'm folding this edge to the middle crease, and I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I'm going to bring the other 2 pointed sections over to meet this, a bit like if you were making a salt cellar. I'm now opening those flaps again and taking that whole section over, and I'm going to repeat exactly the same process with these pieces as well. And then with this last section you do exactly the same steps as you did with the first one. So you're folding your top crease down to meet your first line, and then folding in the 2 side sections as well and giving them some good definition. And then you fold up the bottom edge to meet that first one you made. This is how you're sort of creating the compartments of what will be your box. So we're nearly there now. What you have to do is to turn the corners of your outer pieces in this quite sort of acute angle, and we've got quite thick pieces here, so you can see that it's a little bit tricky, but you want to do this either side and then firm it down with your bone folder. Something you can use instead of a bone folder is the handle of a pair of scissors, because what you want to be able to do, similarly to how we made the reverse folds in the accordion, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to fold the corners back on themselves. So that's how you make this box, and I think there's sort of so many different ways you can use it. I'll put some footage in of how I've turned it into a little cabinet of curiosities at one point, but I think you could use it for displaying some other beautiful things. You could have business cards in it. I think it would make a lovely present for somebody if you had something precious to give to someone. It would work well for jewellery, and what's pretty amazing is that it will fold up, as I showed. It sort of collapses and then uncollapses, so you could easily send it to somebody. And celebrate this project, I've got these Cyanotype kits on my website, and they come with these full instructions, which you can also get separately as well, where I include more detail about applying the solution yourself. But if you get the kit, you don't have to do any of that, because you get some thick paper and some fabric already treated with the Cyanotype solution, and you also get one of these transparencies, either with the butterfly one, or you can get a blank one so you can print out your own one, and I threw in one of my handmade tags as well. And it's as you can see, it's a very lightweight package, so it can be posted anywhere. And speaking of which, I'm going to be posting these to one of you if you'd like to enter my giveaway. So all you have to do is subscribe if you're not already, and then if you go below this or my last video and put a comment, I'd love to know how you might plan to use the Cyanotype kit. But if you don't want to do that, you can just put the word blue and you'll get entered in the draw, and I'll reveal the result of that in a couple of weeks. So thanks for watching.